Hey guys, this is Caprice. I wanted to do a little deep dive into altering your weather and creating weather situations in DCS based on realistic conditions from around the same time that it is on various websites. So we're going to be using, of course, the DCS mission editor today, and we are also going to be using Windy, and we're also going to be looking at METAR TAF as well to help us make some realistic weather. I would love to get some feedback and see what you guys like to do for your weather for missions as well, so please feel free to comment with any ideas that you have. So to start out here, we're going to pop into Windy, which as of today I've been liking more. I've been using METAR TAF almost exclusively, but the functionality of Windy is really nice. So we'll kind of mess around with using both of them here. But we'll hop into Windy, and we're going to go over into Syria. And for today, our mission is going to be out of Akrotiri. And I would suggest, even if you're not using a airfield that is at sea level for your flight that you're flying out of, to base the weather off of a point that's close to sea level. So for today, I'm going to be using Akrotiri because it fits that. If your airfield was, let's say, 1,000 feet above sea level or something like that, it's going to be colder than the mission because the mission will set it for a sea level temperature. So just keep that in mind while we're messing around here to choose a point at sea level to start out. So we've got our point here, Akrotiri, and also in the mission editor here as well for our simple mission today. And I didn't want to fly during the day for this mission, so I'm going to rewind a couple hours and get nighttime. So I'll show you guys how to do that. Right here you see we have 1 a.m. set, and that will work fine. Sunday, March 23rd at 1 a.m. So let's match that here in our mission as well. 23rd of March, we will do 2025, and we are going to do 1 a.m. on the dot. Sunday, March 23rd, 1 a.m., 2025. Great. Looks like a moonless night for us. And so we're going to hop back out here, and we are going to choose the next point in the mission editor. I just like to go down based on this. So we've got our date in, and now we're in static. I don't think dynamic works with the current clouds, which are great, so we're going to stick with static for today. And we're going to go to temperature. Okay, we've got 20 degrees Celsius. So we're going to pick up temperature here, and we're going to put our point down at Akrotiri, 14 degrees. Easy. Let's set 14. Okay, and let's look at clouds. This is one that I like to use METAR TAF for. It's not going to really matter in either of these scenarios because cloud cover is not that much around where we're flying. You see here there's some in this area down south here, but over Akrotiri itself there aren't that many. So let's go into METAR TAF here and we'll look into clouds for a second. Again, we are going to get ourselves into back out here, Cyprus. We're going to click on RAF, Akrotiri, and we are going to go to the current METAR. So you see this is for 750 local, but I don't want that. You can click on this and go to more historical data and get out of the ads. Sometimes it'll have to verify that you are human there. And so the closest time there is, 50 minutes past midnight. And that's close enough for government work in my mind. And you'll see that there is some discrepancy here. March 23rd, 2025, it's showing temperature is 9 degrees Celsius, which is a little bit cooler. And you'll see that the wind is blowing from more of a northwest, and this is more of a west. So you can kind of pick and choose what you want. This isn't a exact science by any means. Just helps you get into the ballpark of what you want for the mission. So we've looked here, Cav OK. Yeah, no clouds below 5,000 feet, or whichever's higher. So yeah, we're looking good there. And we'll just go in here and we're going to choose a light scattered pattern, just because it seems like it's very limited clouds. From our windy picture, there were some clouds, so we're not going to have completely a lack of clouds there. And coming down here, I just set the ice halo to auto. And let's now adjust our pressure. So we can go into windy here, and there is an option for more layers here, and we can click on the pressure tab, and we will switch it to millimeters mercury to match our current setup there. And so 770. Great. And coming down here, wind, and this is where windy, if you can imagine it, really shines for helping out DCS here. So I'm excited to use this here. And so we're going to select our wind tab here. And we've got 2 knots. It looks like it's coming from, depending on where you're looking at here, we have some westerly winds, we have some northwest. We're just going to average it out here with a, and let me switch to meters per second here. Will it let me? Yep, 1 meters per second from the northwest-ish, it looks like. So we will set that as well to something like that, and 1 meter a second. That automatically sets our 500-meter wind, and that's fine. So now, the great thing about windy is we can go to the altitude here, and we're currently at surface. So the next wind value we need is 2,000 meters. Let's pop her up. 2,000 meters. Okay. And at this point, the wind looks like it's coming from more direct north at 4 meters per second. So let's adjust for that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And generally direct north. Awesome. Last one, 8,000 meters. So continuing up here. Can we get to 8,000? We can get to 7,000. And we can get to 9,000. So we'll split the difference. We've got 24 and we've got 37. Let's hop in a calculator. 37 plus 24 divided by 2. Okay, about a 30 meter per second wind from the north-northwest, we'll call it. And type in 30 there. So yeah, I feel like a lot of DCS missions, you're not experiencing this kind of wind at these altitudes, which can definitely make flying pretty interesting. Okay, coming down here to turbulence. All right, let's get that going. Again here, these more layers, there is a turbulence option down here. Let's just find it. Clear air turbulence is what I've been using. And let's go back down to surface level. Okay, so 6 EDR. And for that, I just set 0.6 here, which is a pretty gentle amount of turbulence. You can definitely feel it in DCS, but it's not gonna shake you up like crazy. It's nice. It adds a good kind of bump and feeling to the aircraft, I think. Fog, auto, easy. And like that, we've set our weather here. And let's give it a run. We'll hop in, we'll go fly mission. Yes. We'll hop in our Chinook at Akrotiri. And we'll let the world load for a second, because I do not see the ground right now. There we go. All right. And let me see if I can pull up the flashlight. Left Alt L. Okay. Yep, and free air temperature looks like it's sitting around that 14 mark. So we know that we're about right. Sweet. Well, thank you guys for watching. And hopefully this helps you mess around with the weather and pick good options for realistic weather in DCS. Appreciate you watching. Have a good one.